Secret is out. Thanks to Game of Thrones, Croatia's hidden gem status is long gone, as millions flock to this part of the Mediterranean each year, particularly Dubrovnik and the Dalmatian coast. However, the oddly shaped country is diverse, from the sea to the mountains and every city and town in between. Here are 20 top destinations to visit in Croatia. Zagreb. Croatia's capital is often skipped by travelers who fly directly into Dubrovnik or Split, but it shouldn't be. The city is full of excellent museums, over 30, including the world-famous Museum of Broken Relationships. There are also numerous trendy cafes, cool ruin bars, and the top restaurants in the country. It's also a wonderful place to stroll through cobblestone streets, rainbow buildings, and beautiful gardens. Plitvice National Park. You know those shots of cascading waterfalls you see on Instagram from your college roommate on an extended Euro trip? There's a high chance they were taken in Croatia, and if so, very likely in the breathtaking Plitvice National Park. You'll find deep green forests and electric blue water of varying shades cascading over cliffs and flowing into lakes. Enjoy hikes, walks over the water via boardwalks and boat rides, all with spectacular scenery. Rastoke. In this small town near Plitvice, the mini waterfalls literally flow right through town. Wander the streets and enjoy views of falls that flow through the old buildings and into the river below. Perhaps stop for a cafe and stay a while, or take one of the walking tracks above town for a new vantage point. Pula. The largest town on the Istria Peninsula and a decent-sized port, Pula is another common entry point for visitors flying into the country. It makes for a good base for exploring the peninsula, is home to numerous pizzerias, and is one of the best-preserved Roman arenas in Europe. Motovan. The best-known of Istrian hill towns, Motovan, sits inland from Rovinj and Porek. This medieval town sits above the lovely countryside. The village makes a great base for exploring hill country or a nice day trip from other parts of the peninsula. It's also home to a great film festival every summer. Just note you can't actually drive in the old town, you'll need to park outside the city walls and walk in. Porek. Another cute Istrian port town, Porek is a popular resort getaway in Croatia. There are plenty of nearby beaches, bars, cafes, and restaurants to keep you occupied. However, the main draw of Porek is the 6th century UNESCO World Heritage Basilica. Don't miss this on your visit. Grozny. Arguably Istria's most interesting location, the town is like a mini fairy tale version of Motovan. On a hill, Grozny houses a music school and several galleries. Thus it's common to hear notes playing throughout the streets as you stroll. Vodnjan. A cute inland place to wander on the peninsula, the main draw here is Vodnjan's mummies. Yes, you read the right. In the Church of St. Blaise, you'll find the mummies of 6 saints and their stories. There's also a lot of interesting street art for such a small place. Opatija. Most popular among Austrian retirees, Opatija is absolutely worth a stop for wonderful food and views. It's also home to a number of mansions from the Habsburg period, an interesting contrast to much of the coast. And, if you visit outside of peak season, you'll likely have it all to yourself. Split. One of the better-known destinations on this list, Split is one of those cities that doesn't require much planning. Just show up, wander the waterfront promenade, check out Diocletian's palace, now converted into a living, breathing museum with restaurants and shops right in the ruins, and enjoy some of Croatia's best restaurants. Zadar. Often called Croatia's coolest city, Zadar will have you wanting to extend your stay after just a few minutes. The former Italian enclave is home to some of the country's trendiest bars and restaurants, as well as Roman ruins. Not to mention, Alfred Hitchcock said sunsets here were unmatched, and most would be inclined to agree. These days, if you head down to the sea, you can enjoy the sounds of the sea organ, an instrument constructed of holes drilled into the marble of the boardwalk, essentially organ pipes below the water. The same artist put together another installation, called Greeting the Sun, just down the shore, constructed of lights that change color periodically. Šibenik. Just south of Zadar lies a smaller version of Dubrovnik, home to two UNESCO World Heritage Sites, St. James Cathedral and St. Nicholas Fortress. The promenade has some of the best views on the coast, and St. Michael's Fortress, while not UNESCO recognized, has some of the best views of the town. Trogir. For the perfect day trip from Split, book one of the many boat tours or ferries that stop in Trogir. Home to an exceptionally preserved old town that is UNESCO designated, there's no shortage of picture-perfect scenes. There are also quite a few good cafes for such a small place. Croatia National Park. Between Zadar and Split lies Croatia's second most popular destination for epic waterfalls and nature walks. Don't miss the Skradinski, Croatia's biggest waterfall, Burnham Roman ruins, and the Croatia Monastery. If you have more time, take a boat ride to the small island of Viševac or hike to the viewpoint above it. Var. Croatia's party island is home to the best nightlife in the area. It's also one of the most popular boat trips from Split and Dubrovnik. However, there's so much more than just bars and clubs. Explore the historic old town, go wine and olive oil tasting, hike up the Spanish fortress, or rent a car and explore the island outside of Var town. Korčula. The wine island and one of the most beautiful in the Mediterranean, this is a favorite among both Croatian and international visitors. Sample unique varietals like GRK and Croatian classics like Plavak Mali and Pozap. You can even organize bike tours to different wineries. There are also numerous trails around the island and many cuisines offered at the restaurants. Pag. Nightlife here rivals Var and is a bit less upscale and pretentious than on the larger island. However, Pag has more than parties to explore. Check out the old Roman aqueduct under Pag town, enjoy a mud bath at Lokunja beach, or explore the ghost town that is the old Pag town a few miles outside the current center. Mlje. The greenest island in the country, Mlje is a nature lover's paradise. It's also home to amazing wine, cheese, and beautiful beaches. And don't miss Veliko and Malo Jezero, the two salted lakes on the island. KRK. Not to be confused with the national park with a similar name, KRK is an island near the Istria Peninsula that you can drive directly on via the KRK bridge. It's also the largest island in the Adriatic and very popular if you want to camp. Due to its size, the island has a diverse landscape, and you can explore dense forests one day and rocky coastline the next. Perfect for those looking for a bit of an outdoor adventure. Ravenj. This seaside village is reminiscent of Italy, the colorful architecture, the gelato, pizza, and cafes, all along the stunning Mediterranean waterfront. The winding alleys through the old town will only have you lost for a moment before you pop out for an adorable cafe or a viewpoint of the surrounding area.